Welcome to The Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew, and let's get to the show.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe.
There we go.
There we go. Welcome to the Daily Grind. Did you throw that hair pot out of your ear? That was amazing.
No, I just feel like it's about to fall out.
I thought you threw it and then grabbed it. I was like, that's amazing. That's dope.
Oh, you just catch and release.
That's what I thought you did. And I was like, I don't know what to do. That's the most impressive thing I've ever seen. Welcome to the Daily Grind. We are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, and I am your host, Luke Hatmaker, and I have got the one, the only, Drew Gann with me. How are you, sir?
What up, what up, what up? I'm good. It's Friday. It's Friday. Back-to-back days with Luke. I'm going to make you want me gone. That's my goal. I'm going to stick around until you're sick of me.
Impossible. I could never get sick of you. Not with that beautiful face. You know who got sick of people? Man, I didn't even plan for this transition. We're playing a team that's dealing with some sick of, I don't know. The Grizzlies play tonight, and the Chris Paul. It's the first game without Chris Paul after the Clippers got sick of him. Send his behind home.
Actually, they're 1-0, aren't they?
Without him, yeah. So, who knows? We'll see if it's a sign of the times. If things are going to start changing for the Clippers. Vegas thinks it might be. Currently, at least according to FanDuel, the Grizzlies are a home underdog in this game. Yeah, dude. The Grizzlies, the Clippers are favored minus 118.
What's the line?
The
spread.
1 point. So
I mean, the Clippers are 6-16. Vegas must have really heard some down and dirty that Chris Paul was actually cancer.
I was looking at this and I was like, man, did I read that long? Are we really a home underdog after kind of winning 3 of 4? The Clipper, I mean, I don't know. Let me see if this has changed as of this morning. But
let me just tell you, I said about this Clippers team going into it, like, I know that we are all, like, projecting, if history repeats itself, James Harden can't finish in the playoffs. And if history repeats itself, Kawhi Leonard can't stay healthy. And if history repeats itself, this and that. If history doesn't repeat itself, this team should compete for a championship. It's all there. Like, you got Harden, Zubac, Kawhi Leonard. They made the John Collins thing. You got a young Chris Dunn. You bring in Brook Lopez to be a backup. I mean, they're all old, yes. They're all injury prone, yes. But if they catch lightning in a bottle, this team should compete for a championship.
I agree. It's there's a lot of, and I mean, Vegas must agree with you because the line has changed since last night. Right now, the Clippers are favored even more, minus 134. So, and it's the line. The spread's moved to 1.5. So you're absolutely right. Like, on paper, in a vacuum, yes, this team is old, but with age comes pedigree, and this team should be competing. And you know what? Yes, Keelan's absolutely right. This is absolutely right. This is a trap game. We better be careful because this team these ain't no schmucks.
Right.
No. Harden is still averaging, like, what, 30-something a game? Like, this team is still.
I just had it pulled up. So
there's still something to worry about with this team. This isn't a team. You snooze on this team, you're gonna screw around and get beat.
Yeah, 27 points, 8.5 assists, 5.5 rebounds. And I don't remember what day the news broke about Chris Paul, but I think it was Monday night or Tuesday
morning. I think
3 a.m. Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Well, immediately after that, they played a game against the Hawks on Wednesday and beat them by 23 on the road.
Shoot.
I mean, maybe maybe he was just a cancer. I just tend to believe that the Clippers will put it together only to fall short. I mean, they're not 6-26 bad or whatever they are, 5-16 bad.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna stay healthy. That's just the history lesson of it. It's like there's just something about them that they will crumble when you think they're going to rise to the top.
Yep. And I mean they've you want to talk about if they've shown that they've done that before. That's happened. I mean,
absolutely
several times before. We did play these guys. I mean, we played them November 28th, so we've played them within a week. If my math, no, last week. Well, math. We played them last week.
November 28th was the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
So a week ago. So we played them last week. So when we played them last time, Edie had 19 boards. Jaron was our leading scorer with 24. We had guys play over 30 minutes. I would like to see more of that. You know, it would be nice to see Edie continue, you know, this. I think his last 4 games, he's had like 15 rebounds, 19 rebounds, 16 rebounds, 17 rebounds. If he can continue to dominate Zubac, I would feel a little bit better about that. I would feel confident about this, but I don't know. Yeah. We're going to be rocking the same guys. There's no one new on the injury report, it should be saying. No. I think a lot of people were expecting Ja back. He's not. He is considered day-to-day, though.
Right. So on Black Friday, in what's the name of their new arena? The state-of-the-art
Intuit Dome.
Intuit Dome. That's
Intuit
right.
Dome.
The Clippers were 6.5-point favorites at home, and at halftime, if you remember, the Grizzlies were down 13.
Yep.
And then they won the second half by 18. So you just kind of really struggled in the first half, put it together in the second half, took the lead, and a team that was not very good didn't respond back when they got punched in the mouth. So,
yeah, and if I recall, this was a fourth quarter Jaron game, right? Was this when he kind of turned it on in the fourth?
I can
it was
find
late.
That out.
It was late, so I didn't.
The Grizzlies went on a 22-7 run from the end of the third quarter to the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Yeah,
you're gonna need their shots to fall. First of all, I mean, like we got to like the shots haven't been falling super great. Like last time we played these guys, the bench was great. Jock was 50% from 3. KCP was over 50% from 3. Santi was 100% from 3, and Cam was like 40-something% from 3. Like, we're gonna need these guys. We got the highest scoring bench in the league. We're gonna need these dudes to show up.
In the fourth quarter, Jaron had 11 points on 5 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3 in 8 minutes. So it was a Jaron quarter.
Yep. So give us more of that. Give us more of Edie. I don't know. This could be. Let me look at the standings right now. I mean, because right now, currently, the Grizzlies, I believe, are 9th as of last night. Yeah, they're 9th.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
9th. They're 9-13. Clippers are 13th, 6-16. Another thing is this Clippers team has every incentive to lose or to win. Excuse me. Because if they lose, OKC gets that pick, and God, exactly. No one wants that.
The Paul George trade just continues to kill them.
Yep. God.
Because not only that, they have your first round pick and they have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, so you gave them the MVP and the best pick in next year's draft if you don't keep winning.
Good job, guys. God, frustrating. Grizzlies win this. They're in double-digit wins, which is not, it's not nothing. You want to, if you can get the double-digit wins, I would like to see that. And this, depending on what happens with the Warriors, this might get you to the 8th seed. I mean, I don't know. The Grizzlies are trending one way, and I would like to see that trend continue. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe there's a streak going, too, for the Clippers. I think I heard on Sane's show yesterday. Maybe I misunderstood that the Grizzlies have won 4 or 5 straight against the Clippers.
Oh.
It doesn't sound right, but he said it. I'm pretty sure. But and with me coming in unconfident about that, I probably should just not even said it.
I like what we do. It's early, brother. It's early.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just speaking it into existence. The Grizzlies are 9-13. They've won, 6 out of their last 9, I believe is what it is. 6 out of the last 8, something like that. And you're starting a 3-game homestand here against teams that are 6-16, 9-13, and 8-13. And so if you could, and this is a lot to ask of this team right now that's 9-13, But if you could beat these teams, all three of them, you can get to 12-13 and go on the road to LA for a chance by December the 15th to get back to 500.
Should be great.
In a season that I believe at one point was like, what, 3-11?
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep.
And I believe that was the lowest, was the Grizzlies were like 3-11, some garbage like that. So this is a very manageable December. To take it to the end of the year, I mean, you're talking, you got Clippers, Blazers, Jazz at home, and then at the Clippers, at the Wolves, which is hard. But then you come home for a one game home game against the 3-18 Wizards, and then you have, God help us, an 8:30 p.m. tip in Oklahoma City.
Oh God.
That.
God.
And then home against Milwaukee, at Washington, and home against the 76ers. Like, you've got some real chance here to get above 500 and even tack on more.
Yeah, it's sitting there for them. It really is. The schedule is sitting there for them to tack on more and to climb up this difficult West. I mean, the West is a bloodbath right now. Climb up. Get those wins any way you can.
Let me look at the standings. They're ninth in the West. They've got 9 wins. Of course, this is going to... I don't believe that there's anybody... This is my preconceived notion anyways. That there's no one in the West that's really running away with it record-wise other than the top 3 teams. Oklahoma City's 21-1. They're on a 74-win pace. It's ridiculous. Lakers 16-5, Rockets 14-5, Spurs 15-6, Nuggets 15-6, and then like 6, 7, 8, 14-8. You're
6, 7, 8.
Okay, so it's a little more spread out than I thought, but you're with 60 games to go. You're 5 games behind the 6 seed, 5.5 games behind the 5 seed. Like, nothing is out of reach.
5 games behind the 3rd seed. You're 5 games behind the 3rd seed.
You're right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because 3, 4, and 5 are all tied. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that people harp on T.I. and this team for only beating bad teams under 500. You know what? Stack those wins. If you can stack those W's and still, I don't care. A win's a win.
It is the difference the last 2 years with Taylor and with this year with T.I. is that horrible teams lose to horrible teams. Middle-of-the-road teams should beat any team that's worse than them, and that's what the Grizzlies do. It's the reason why you don't fall all the way to the bottom of these standings is because there's not – and you could cherry-pick. Last year you lost a couple to Brooklyn and whatnot, but if you look at the season whole, you didn't really lose to any teams that you shouldn't have lost to.
Yep.
And this year's been the same way so far. So now you just want to start – I think if you just look at the standings, your peers are – right now, the Blazers, the Jazz, Blazers are equal with you. The Jazz are half game behind you. The Clippers, like, you should, if you can start knocking off those teams, that's what raises you up quicker.
And you play Clippers tonight, play Blazers on Sunday. So I mean that starts this weekend. That's how you got to start.
Yeah, I think you're going to end up playing the Clippers 3 times in about 2 weeks.
Gross. So you got to start somewhere. There were some other games yesterday too. Not a ton. We didn't have a ton. I mean, we did have a good Thursday night football game, which we're not going to belabor because of fantasy, but it's fine.
Well, you don't want to talk about Jahmyr Gibbs?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about CeeDee Lamb getting concussed when he was on his way to a really good game. It's fine. It's fine. There were other games last night. Jahmyr Gibbs is him, though, but I digress.
Yeah.
Warriors got beat by the 76ers in a game in which the Warriors scored 10 points. In the first quarter, 1-0. They didn't have Jimmy. They didn't have Steph, but that's bad. Celtics beat the Wizards somehow.
Did you see how that game ended? With the frantic breakneck full court layup that got spiked off the back glass?
Yep.
What? That's the only part of that game I saw. But
no one broke 100 points.
Cool. Edgecombe hit the game winner, and then they went full length of the court in like a second and a half, only to get it swatted off the backboard. That was awesome.
Great. I like Edgecombe, man. He's great. Yeah. Jazz beat the Nets. Lame. Lakers beat the Raptors, in which saw LeBron's streak of let me see if I can get
10-point games.
1,297 games, almost 1,300 games with at least 10 points. That streak broke last night.
I mean, that's you're like, oh, 10 points, big deal. That's pretty impressive. I mean, anytime you could say you've done anything 1,290 something times, it's pretty dang impressive.
Bro, I don't know. Okay, that's a good point. I don't know if I've done anything as a 36-year-old man that many times in my life. Maybe I've brushed my teeth. Maybe I've showered, but like
that's genuinely what I was about to say.
Something
it's
that
like
requires like hard work.
Yeah, that's genuinely what I was about to say. I'm a pretty clean guy, but I bet in the last 1,200 days I've forgotten to brush my teeth.
Yeah, like we practice hygiene. We got kids. We clean houses, but like you forget some days. LeBron didn't forget to score 10 points.
No, he didn't.
And like and even then, it's like the streak ended with 8 points. That's still 4 baskets.
And you know what? He could have had 10, but he kicked to the wide open Rui Hachimura to hit the game winner.
Yeah, he did.
So,
yep. Which
I'm not a LeBron hater like a lot of people are. He's very polarizing, and I find myself being more like right of center, and with right being loving him, left being hating him. I find myself right of center, but pretty moderate, which is something you don't get from a lot of people with LeBron opinions.
I'm with you. I'm kind of more in your camp as well. Like, I actually find it quite awesome and hilarious that he's as old as he is and is just going out there being like, hey, my back hurts. I'm going to take a game. I just kind of think it's awesome. And then he still goes out there and like plays really well. I'm with you.
You know, just to not to sit on this for too long, but like,
let's do it.
I've always respected the way that you see so many, and he's a child star. Don't misconstrue this. He's not a Hollywood actor, but he is a child star. And
point.
For him, I have so much respect for him, you know, marrying his high school sweetheart, not to any of our knowledge, or at least leaked anyways, straying on her, being a good father to his kids. Like, you could talk about his politics. It gets on my nerves. He does things that are extremely cringy. But the things that matter for LeBron, I feel like he just checks all the boxes. I feel like LeBron's a decent person.
Yep, and when you look at the machine that
he could just be completely insulated. I don't know.
But like when you look at the machine that is American culture and how it churns these young people out, that's like, I mean, you look at, I mean, this is a bad example because it's not sports, but like Macaulay Culkin, you know, like
right.
It churns. He
is
them
the
out.
Textbook child star that goes left.
Yep, and it's just like, you get all this stuff thrust. I mean, how old was LeBron when he was on the cover of ESPN magazine at like 16?
It's like 16.
Yeah,
you know, something
like
that.
That can go wrong really quick, and I'm with you. It's pretty impressive that it has not.
Yeah. Well, let me just clear the air here. I apparently was dead wrong about the Clippers streak that I attributed to Anthony Sain. So
well, no, you got it right, but you got it backwards. Jared, the Clippers are streaking, not us.
Okay. Well, hey, we're starting a new one. I just spoke it into existence.
The streak. This is the second game of the streak. We're starting right now. Last game last night, Timberwolves beat the Pelicans. I don't care. Pelicans are bad. Poor Pelicans. Actually, for the sake of Pelicans are 3-20, and they do not control their pick. Oh no. Okay. So real quick, yeah. Edward Macaulay Culkin turned out really great. I love watching interviews with him now. He ended up pretty good, but when he was growing up, he did not. He went south, and LeBron. did not
and he ended well because he. I believe he's married to all of our favorite Disney Channel star, Brenda Song. Like he won in the end. Let me tell you,
Miss Song. If you were watching, we would love to have you on the show.
Elite ball knower, apparently. Diehard Lakers fan.
Yeah, they're there on the court side every game, right?
So she did the schedule release. You know, they do the schedule release video.
Yeah.
And she did like the schedule release as a news anchor. Like, yeah, she's an elite ball knower.
I love it. She's a ball knower, and he's like a husband, like a sports husband, which I really like. It's a good look for them. Where are we at? Let's take a break. That's enough LeBron talk. We're just talking about how much we like Macaulay Culkin. We got to the point of the show where we're talking about how Macaulay Culkin scored and we like LeBron as a man.
You know, it's very fitting. We're in Home Alone territory here.
Man, Yep, we are in Home Alone territory, and I'm constantly reminded about how those dudes should have died in both those movies.
And I'm Uncle Buck. So,
Oh God, yeah, man, your Uncle Buck, one of the greatest players of all time. We're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we're gonna talk conference championship week. Man, we got some good
There
ones
we
right
go.
after this break.
In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
And I went back and I was thinking, like, remember in game 1, we always do a nice knowledge in game 1. And I usually like to come up with a word for the season. And I went back and I had to have someone remind me of this. It's like, the word you used was patience. And it was like, well, and then we start off the season and everybody was frantic.
Yeah.
They said, but you said we're supposed to be patient because of all of the factors that we had.
All the ifs.
Because of the ifs. And so you got the growing pains happen. But just as a unit, I give the coaching staff a lot of credit, give the players a lot of credit, because despite all of the outside noise, and there was a lot, they figured out how to stay together and find a way to win games.
Yeah, and it was good to see.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind, where we are proudly presented by Grade A Pest Services. You saw them there. They're great. Local, getting the critters out. You're going to need that. It's cold. We're also presented by Trilogy Tattoo, as well as Mugshots Grill and Bar and Grind City Brewing. And last but not least, we are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, which we are going to be following along with some odds of theirs with this fancy little graphic. That way you don't have to do it at home. So it's conference championships week. I don't know what the correct. I don't know. This is the week of conference championships. And there are
Championship week.
That's the way to put it. I don't know what. Yeah, championship week. There are a few games that I thought were worth talking about. They are pictured here. The first of which is tonight, if I'm not mistaken. We got North Texas at Tulane. I just stuck my fingers in my coffee by accident. And let me tell you, that was, I just went whoop. That was hot. We got North Texas at Tulane, and the winner of this will presumably, the winner of this will win the American Conference. And the way that this is, the playoff committee is, currently they have 2 spots for the top 2 conference championship winners. They are not, they don't differentiate which conference championship winner. So there's a lot of importance in this game. Right now you have North Texas is actually favored.
That is tonight on ABC.
Yep, 2.9 on ABC. Tulane is a home dog. Plus 118 favorite. Minus 138 North Texas is favored. The spread is 2.5. Over under 67.5.
Yeah, this is going to be an absolute shootout.
Absolute shootout.
North Texas scores points. Tulane's going to have to keep up with them.
Yep.
This is what's interesting to this is both of these coaches have agreed to jobs elsewhere. Eric Morris will be the head coach at Oklahoma State. He will presumably, if not certainly, take Mestamaker, his quarterback that has set records, been the best passer in Division I football. He's going to take him to Oklahoma State with him, but they're both going to coach out the playoff. Same with Tulane. Yep. Tulane's coach is John Summerall. He is now agreed and signed to be the head coach at Florida. He's doing like stuff with both staffs concurrently, which is kind of weird and new and innovative. Like John Summerall is holding meetings between the Florida staff and the Tulane staff.
Man, that's crazy.
To prepare. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, John Summerall's a great dude.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
I will look forward to this game a lot because, like you said, the rules for the playoff automatic buys, not automatic buys, automatic seeds,
automatic bid
is the non-at-larges is the top 5 conference champions, and so the AAC champion will be one of those.
Yep.
Because I believe that the AAC champion will be ranked higher than James Madison, who would be presumably the Sun Belt champion.
Yep.
And will probably have to deal with the AACC champion. That game will decide whether or not James Madison gets in if they win.
Which we're not going to talk. Well, I don't have the James Madison. I don't have the Sun Belt title game, conference championship game up here because, spoiler alert, James Madison's favored by like plus 1,000. It's not a game that looks like it's going to be close. That's why I didn't put it up here.
I don't have the spread either. I just looked it up in the real app. But they're playing 8-4 Troy.
Yeah. So that's not one that that's not one that I was worried about. You look at this. Who do you think wins this one? Do you think North Texas wins?
Have they played this year?
I think so. I think they played early. The American.
I think North Texas beat them. I would probably lean North Texas just because I've watched this Tulane team play, and they played Ole Miss, which is a different level of competition, obviously. But the offense struggled a lot, and if there's one thing you can't do against North Texas is let your offense falter in the slightest. You're going to have to hold serve. That offense is as dynamic as you'll find in college football. So, I would lean North Texas on this.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. The next game I got here, we got BYU at Texas Tech. This is what conference is this? I get this one confused.
This is the Big Ten.
Big 10.
I mean, the Big 12.
Big 12. Big 12, that's right. Pac-12 is the one that no longer exists. I get them mixed up. RIP. Texas Tech is the heavy favorite here, minus 560. 12.5 point spread. But the thing is, if BYU wants to go to the playoff, they got to win this. This is their only shot to win. I think Texas Tech might
literally their only shot.
Yeah, Texas Tech might be able to lose and still, get in this thing. BYU is going to be playing their minds out because it's their only shot at this thing. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Texas Tech is still going to beat them.
Yeah, so earlier in the year, this game did happen, and it was at Texas Tech, and Texas Tech beat them 29-7.
Yeah.
Texas Tech, unlike most prototypical Big 12 teams, they have a freaking defense.
Yeah,
and they took their oil money, they invested it correctly in players that matter, and they have just boat raced their way through the Big 12. The only loss they had was when their quarterback was hurt, and that was to Utah.
Yep.
But 29-7 against BYU. And selfishly, I think Texas Tech will win. I think Texas Tech will probably cover.
They're good.
But selfishly, I also want Texas Tech to win because I don't want to deal with like a BYU team trying to win and possibly being ranked above Ole Miss. I want Ole Miss to hold at the 6th.
Yep.
So that kind of frames. I'm going to try to give you what I think will happen, and then I'm going to tell you what I want to happen. What I think will happen coincide here in this game. I think Texas Tech rolls them.
I love it. I do too. I mean, and clearly Vegas does as well. You look at the spread. The spread is a little bit. This end is a little bit of a bigger indicator. They think Texas Tech's going to dog walk them. Over in the SEC, you got Georgia at Alabama. Close game here, man. You got Alabama home dog again, plus 116. Georgia's favored minus 136.
Well, they are listed second, but these are all neutral site games.
100%. These are all neutral site games.
So this game will be played in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, which is a de facto home game to Georgia, just based on how far you have to drive to get there. They try to sell equal amounts of tickets. I know that there's probably going to be more Georgia fans closer to get the other tickets, secondary market stuff. But listen, Georgia has lost one game this year. It was to Alabama. Georgia is 1-7 against Alabama in the Kirby Smart era. That one win was a national championship game, though.
Kind of a big one.
I am going to buck history on this one. I'm going to take the favorite. I think Georgia wins. This is another one in which what I want to happen and what I think will happen coincide. It makes it really easy for me to root for here.
Yeah.
I think Georgia is found themselves to be one of the most well-rounded teams in the SEC and in the country. Alabama's got holes. They have a really hard time running the football. You can score on Alabama's secondary. Georgia doesn't blow the doors off of a lot of people. They don't necessarily do one thing incredibly offensively, but they do everything extremely well. If you need what's his name? Not Stetson Bennett, but the quarterback. If you make him throw the ball, he can throw the ball. If you want them to run the ball, he will be more than happy to just run the football himself. 15 times a game. I think Georgia wins. I think it'll be close. Probably wouldn't surprise me if it was a low-scoring game, but I think Georgia wins.
Yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head, especially when you get to Georgia and Texas Tech, the 3 and the 4 ranked teams. I think they're like two of the most well-rounded teams in college right now, like both sides of the ball, and I think that they will both. I think they're going to show it. I do. I think they're going to buck history. I think they'll stay at that 3 seed. And
that
like
helps Ole Miss too.
Helps Ole Miss.
I don't want, because I do believe that even with Alabama having 2 losses, the SEC champion will get a bye. Mm-hmm. So they will jump Georgia and probably replace Georgia in the standings.
And then Georgia.
And so I don't want Georgia to fall to like 6. Because they will have a head-to-head against Ole Miss. There's a massive difference in being the 6th seed and the 7th seed because the 6th seed probably plays the G5.
Yep.
Or the ACC.
Yep.
The 7th seed will probably play like the loser.
Yeah.
Georgia. I mean, I think Notre Dame is the 10 seed right now. There's a big difference in those. Yep. So I want this to go extremely, extremely chalk.
Yep. I think it would benefit Ole Miss the most. I think you're correct.
I agree.
ACC Conference Championship game. This has just been a nightmare conference to try to figure out all year. Duke, the unranked Duke, with 4 losses, if I'm not mistaken, at Virginia, who is ranked 17th. Virginia's favored, not by much. Over under
Duke is 7-5.
7-5. Oh my God. Well, and if Duke wins this thing, they will not be going to the playoffs. So really, this is Virginia has ever. I mean, that might be. I see no chance in hell a 5-loss Duke team making the college football playoffs. I just see no chance.
No, there's no way. Either way, what this game does is if Duke wins, it opens up a path for James Madison.
James Madison.
And it opens up a potential path for Miami, although I think Miami's on the outside because the ACC will probably not even get a bid. If the committee tries to shoehorn a bid in with a Duke win, it'll be Miami, but you would have to really shoehorn because, again, you've got to have 5 conference champions in this field.
And Miami's got 3 losses, I think, right? 2, 3?
Miami's got 2 losses. They lost to Louisville and Boston College, maybe. But they have a win over Notre Dame.
Yep. So, I mean, Virginia wins this, and most likely Virginia gets in.
So this is what I think will happen: is Virginia gets in. then it's easy. It probably knocks
JMU.
Notre Dame probably stays. Well, in my opinion, if Miami wants to get in, you want Virginia to win because that will give you the conference champions, and you will win head-to-head, I believe, against James Madison, obviously, for an at-large, because James Madison and the Sun Belt will become an at-large team.
Yep.
They won't get in. And you would be paired up head-to-head, basically, for one spot with Notre Dame. The committee all year long has insisted that Notre Dame is better than Miami, but they dropped Notre Dame last week.
Yep.
But Miami has a head-to-head win over Notre Dame. And they've consistently said, well, we will only care about head-to-head wins if they were closer in these standings, which is just hogwash. Stupid.
It's trash.
Absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
They've got the same record. Miami's beat Notre Dame. It's really, really simple.
Yep.
Yes. But they dropped Notre Dame to 10, and I think Miami's at 12 now. So if Virginia wins, that'll wrap up the 5 power conferences. Then at-larges will come down to Notre Dame, Miami, Vanderbilt, and I think out of those, it's probably going to be Miami.
Miami, yeah.
They're ranked the highest anyways. Or Notre Dame's ranked the highest, but I believe that they'll end up jumping Notre Dame with Miami.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Last conference championship game on here that's worth talking about. I mean, Ohio State, Indiana, 1 and 2 teams in the country. This is going to be I think Ohio State wins, but like this is going to be if Indiana loses, do they drop? I mean, are these teams number 1 and number 2 regardless? I mean, if Georgia wins, does Georgia jump up to 2, Indiana fall to 3? I mean,
yes, that's what I think will happen. I think that this is the game that has the least amount of stakes in it. Yep. I think both of these teams, regardless of who wins and who loses and in what fashion, will get a bye.
Get a bye.
I think that if Georgia wins, then Georgia moves up to the 2 seed, and the loser of this game goes to the 3 seed. That's what I think will happen.
Yeah.
That's also what I want to happen, because I would love for Ohio State to dominate Indiana, drop Indiana to the 3 seed, because that would match up Ole Miss and Indiana in the second round, and that's what I would like. If Ole Miss hangs on to the 6th seed. So I don't really have a feel for this game. My feeling is just history. Yes. And that's unfair, and this is a new era, and Indiana is dominating in this era right now over the last 2 years. But I'm just kind of in that thing where it's like, I guess I have to see it to believe it. Like,
it's one of those
give
things
me the
where
Buckeyes.
The Buckeye dominance has been beaten into us over decades.
And I mean, Indiana was 11-1 last year and got dominated by Ohio State. So I'm just going to ride with the Buckeyes.
Yep, and I'm with you here. And I think Jared and I were talking on Wednesday when we were looking at the playoff bracket. Ole Miss, man, if Ole Miss can stay in that 6th spot, and things fall their way, they got a pretty. That's the path that I would want.
Yes, I said from the get-go, when we started talking about Ole Miss and the playoffs and potential, what I wanted was not a bye. Listen, I didn't want to bye because I want a home game in Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. That's what I wanted more than anything. And the best spot you can be at, in my opinion, is the 5 seed because you would get the G5 champion, North Texas or Tulane.
Yep.
This year, I'm cool with the 6 seed because I think the ACC sucks. Ole Miss would be FanDuel put out some numbers, some projected lines. If Virginia wins and comes to Oxford, Ole Miss would be like a 14.5-point favorite.
Hot damn.
And then you would feed into the 3 seed, which I believe will be the loser of the Big Ten champion.
Yep.
Yeah. And if I'm being honest, like, you're at the point when you're talking about the playoff, you're not really talking about matchups after the first round anyways, unless you can catch a cupcake G5 school. These aren't cupcakes, but a G5 school.
Yeah.
And then past that, you're not looking for matchups really. Like if Ole Miss could play Ohio State in the second round, like awesome. And you're talking about that would be amazing. If Ole Miss could play, and I want it to be an out of conference. I don't want to play Alabama or Georgia in the second round.
It's more fun if it's an out of conference.
I would lust after like a an Ohio State Ole Miss matchup down the road somewhere.
That'd be awesome. That's what the playoffs are about for me. I love seeing these that's the point. I love seeing these non-conference matchups. It's the best.
That was the good thing about bowl games, and now bowl games are meaningless, and that's fine. Like I would take a trade off with a 12-team playoff with making the other games more meaningless. But what was great about bowl games is that it was never conference opponents. You know, I got to watch Ole Miss play Georgia Tech and TCU twice, and Baylor and Penn State. Like you got to see these fun matchups. And so that's what I hope out of the playoffs too. Like, don't just make me play 3 SEC teams down the way to my championship. But you know, we're here, so I'll take it either way.
Hell yeah. Which, you know what? Speaking of this national championship, you know what time it is. We're doing this again. It's time for our daily dose of It's a Trap, named after Admiral Akbar, sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. I will be giving you 3 odds. You have to tell me which one is a trap.
Admiral Akbar may have a shot at being the Ole Miss mascot again because Lane Kiffin's trying to get Juice back. Have you heard that story, by the way?
About his dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, of all the despicable things that Lane Kiffin has done, and there's a laundry list, and it's all coming out, what he's doing right now is just even worse.
Yeah,
he has not had custody of this dog. Custody, like it's a child. But for a lot of people, they are children. And mine's my child, so maybe I shouldn't laugh at that.
I get it.
But that dog has been nothing but a PR stunt for him for over 2 years, and it blew up when it kind of came out. All this happened, and Juice has become like an amazing duck dog. He's living on a farm. He's getting to live a Labrador's dream. And now since all this has come out about him being just a prop for Lane Kiffin, he's like, I want Juice down in Baton Rouge now. Like, he's my dog. Bring him down here now and take him off the farm where he's happy and let him be a puppet down here in Baton Rouge. It's so stupid.
Stupid. Stupid. Well,
sorry for hijacking that.
No, that's okay. I saw it too. I didn't want to bring it up. I'm going to let you bring up all the Lane Kiffin stuff, brother. I'm going to let you bring it to the table, and I'll just serve it with you. I'm going to give you the odds of who's going to make the national championship, though. Spoiler alert, it's not Lane Kiffin.
Thank God.
Thank freaking God. All right. These are the odds to make the national championship. Which one of these is a trap? Is it A, Georgia, plus 150? Is it B, Texas A&M, plus 470? Or C, Alabama, plus 600?
I'm going to say that no one is plus 150 to make the national championship. So I'll say Georgia.
Man, you are on a roll, brother. You've gotten 2 in a row. You're right. Okay, so you would be wrong because the A&M and the Alabama odds, those are right. But would you believe me if I told you Indiana was plus 150 to make the national championship right now?
No.
They are.
They're the highest odds to make the championship game?
No, I didn't give you the highest odds. The highest odds are the Buckeyes, who I believe are negative odds. Let me double check.
Wow. That's wild. That's putting a lot of confidence in the Big Ten strength of schedule because they just blew out everybody.
Let me see if it might have changed. Did it change? So it's updated. It's updated as of this morning. Ohio State's plus 180.
But are they still the favorite?
Yep, Ohio State's the favorite.
Okay. Well, I don't mind Ohio State being the favorite. It's just you saw what happened last year.
No, I found it. Okay, so no, I lied. I did find it. This is crazy. To make the championship, to make it.
Okay, right.
Ohio State's minus 135.
That's wild. Because last year
plus 150.
This is our second year of the 12-team playoff. And last year, the 4 teams that got a bye, the top 4 seeds, and of course it was different last year because the teams that got a bye last year were the top 4 ranked conference champions. It was more than just a bid; it was a bye.
Yep.
So you had Ohio State and Georgia and Boise. And who was the Big 12 champion last year? Arizona State.
Was it Arizona State? Yeah.
Those 4 teams had a bye. They went 0-4
they got
after their bye.
Yep.
Yeah. So It's different, but the point stands is like it's anybody's game at this point. I don't know that I'd put minus odds on anybody to make it.
I thought that was weird too.
We just talked about Ole Miss, and I mean the team that's in the 6, whoever that is, if it does end up being a G5 school or the Ace or Virginia feeding into Indiana, that's as good as odds as anybody because anything happens here, and it's all matchups.
Yep.
It's all matchups, and nobody is head and shoulders except for maybe Ohio State, which is the minus odds. I don't know that anybody is head and shoulders above anybody.
Yeah, not quite like these odds. I mean, having Indiana plus 150 and Georgia being the next closest at plus 260 just seems bizarre to me. It seems really wacky. But I mean, the Vegas people know more than we do.
They do routinely.
Routinely, they do. What are you doing this weekend before we get out of here? It's time for the weekend outlook. Are you you just chilling?
So we're having a sleepover for 11-year-old girls at the house tonight for my daughter's birthday party, which T's and P's. Yep. I think I may be calling a basketball game, and my wife has given me her blessing to get out if I want to get out.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, so I think I may be calling a high school basketball game between the school that I call and my alma mater, the Kossuth Aggies. So
go
split
Aggies.
allegiances. Yeah. And so I may be doing that tonight. Tomorrow we got just this, that, and the other. And my wife and I are going to celebrate our anniversary Sunday by just doing some Christmas shopping.
Yes.
My mom's going to keep the kids after church, and we're just going to go do some shopping. So pretty low-key weekend.
Same here, man. I think I might do an ugly Christmas party sweater.
There you go.
I'm really bummed because I saw this sweater that I wanted, and I went back to get it, and it was gone. It had Vin Diesel on the front with his arms crossed, and he says, "Who needs Christmas when you have familia?" I didn't get it.
My favorite
That's
one.
me.
We need to do an ugly Christmas sweater party. I've got two of them that I love dearly. One of them says Griswold Electric on it.
Yes.
Which I think is extremely fitting for me. And the other one says, "When I think about you, I touch my elf," and it's got Santa touching an elf. Those are my two favorites.
I need to see that. We're gonna have a Christmas. We're gonna have an ugly sweater Christmas party. It's gonna happen. That's gonna do it for our show today, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Uncle Buck, thank you for joining me. Great way to end my week. Thank you, FanDuel. Thank you, Trilogy Tattoo. Thank you, Mugshots Grill and Bar. Thank you, Grind City Brewing. Thank you, Grade A Pest Service. Thank you, all our sponsors. We got a full slate of shows today, if I can say the word. We'll have $2. We got Anthony Sane. We got Night Court dropped yesterday, and they were cold, but they kept going. We can
bring those guys inside. Bring them in.
I know there's a sliding glass door not 10 feet from them. Just bring their asses in. It's right there.
I know Brevin Knight has heating, and his home is heated.
We know. Post-game bounce tonight after the game. I don't know who's on it, but we will have one. We also on beat with BCM. And then we've got Tigers Untapped, and we've got On the Bluff. Got a whole mess of stuff. No bluffing. Just check them out, y'all. And if we can leave you with anything today, anything at all, remember these two things. 1, be a little weird. And 2, smile. Bye, guys. And happy anniversary, Uncle Buck. We will see you guys on Monday.
Thank you for listening to The Daily Grind. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.